Hey guys! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I'm so grateful that you guys are listening, subscribing, commenting on my channel. I really appreciate the support. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about consistency and persistence. I feel like a lot of you guys, and I get a lot of messages about this as well and comments about this, that a lot of you guys are obviously obsessive. So INFJs are obsessive. Once we are interested in something, we get obsessed with it and we pour ourselves deep into it. We just kind of pour our entire being into that particular item. For example, when I first started doing these videos, I was obsessed. As you can imagine, I was like, wow, this is really fun. I really like it. And so I would do like 10, 15 videos a day sometimes, and I'd post all of them. And then I realized, there's something called YouTube SEO. And if I want people to see my videos, there's some things that I have to do. And so I started learning about that. And I read and read and read. And I was like, all right, cool. This is all the things I have to do. And so then I adjusted my strategy. And I still was obsessed with it. I still am obsessed with it, as you guys can tell. But one of the things that I want to warn you guys about is the path is not just, roses, and once you get obsessed with something, it's just going to be perfect and you're just going to do it for the rest of your life. Tra la 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 la. Everything's perfect, right? That's not obviously how it goes, and you guys are aware of it. But the thing I wanted to speak to you guys is about that snag. Now, as you are going on this path of obsession with your particular obsessive item, whatever it might be crocheting, it might be sewing new clothes, it might be cosmetics, it might be driving, I don't know, race cars, whatever it might be, whatever your obsession is. As an INFJ, you kind of go into it and you just kind of pour yourself into it. But as is life, and this is just normal part of life, this is something that we have to prepare ourselves for. There is something that's going to come up that's going to put a snag on your path. It's going to be something that's an obstacle on your path. It's going to prevent you perhaps from your obsession, or perhaps hold you back in some way, or maybe make you feel like it's not the right path for you and create doubt within you. And the snag, whatever you want to call it, obstacle, snag, usually what happens with INFJs, and I would believe most people, is that as soon as the snag comes up, for some reason we imagine that the path is going to be completely smooth without any snags, and we're just going to gallivant and hop our way to eternity and keep on doing this stuff forever and ever without any problems. I don't know why we imagine this. I do the exact same thing. Whenever I start a new project, I'm like, yay, it's going to be awesome. Everything's going to be perfect. There's going to be no problems. Everything's going to be great. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life, and nothing's going to happen. It's going to be mildly, it's going to be majorly successful, and I'm going to make oodles of money from it, or whatever the idea might be, right? What I've kind of realized now, and what I've tried to inculcate into my plan, into my project plans now, is that I know that there's going to be a snag. There's going to be an obstacle, maybe many obstacles. They're going to crop up on your path, right? And that's something I want you guys, as INFJs, as people on their path, I want you guys to realize this as well. There is going to be an obstacle for sure, absolutely 100%, 110%. It's going to be there, and you're going to have to deal with it. Now, if you already prepared for it in your mind, you're already like, all right, cool, this is great, I'm obsessed with this item, awesome, I'm going to pour myself into it, but I have to remember that it's not going to be smooth, and there's going to be problems on the way, and there might be obstacles on the way. There will be obstacles on the way, and I have to remember that. If I am truly on this path and I truly love it, then remember that the obstacles are going to come, that you're going to deal with the obstacles, and then your path is going to be smooth again for a little bit of time. And then another obstacle might crop up, and then you're going to deal with it, hopefully. And then this path is going to be smooth again. And then like that, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. That's how life goes. Unfortunately, as INFJs mostly, or because this is an INFJ channel, but as human beings, what we do is that we forget. We have this amnesia that hits us all of a sudden when we're on our path and we're loving what we're doing and we're so excited. We're like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to kill this thing. I'm going to crush it. I'm the boss. These words do not suit me. But anyways, so we go on this path and we do these things, and we forget that the obstacle is going to come. It's right behind the corner there, it's coming. And when the obstacle shows up, we imagine, or we take it as a sign from the universe that we're not on the right path. And this is like the biggest mistake you can ever make in your life. No, seriously, guys, I beg you to really reconsider this. If you're on a path and an obstacle shows up, it's not a sign from the universe that the universe hates you or hates this path and it's not for you and you should reevaluate everything and throw it out the window and start something new. No, that is not what the universe is trying to tell you. That's absolutely not what the universe is trying to tell you, okay? What we need to do is reevaluate our path. So perhaps the snag or the obstacle comes up because we're not doing things exactly the way that they're supposed to be done, right? Maybe we're doing something wrong and the universe wants us to reevaluate our path so we can make it better and make our path smoother, right? For example, if I'm doing YouTube videos and suddenly I realize that, no one's watching my videos or my readership or my viewership kind of goes down a little bit. And I'm like, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? At that point, I could be like, oh, I see. The universe hates me and hates everything I do and doesn't want me to do YouTube videos anymore. All right, cool. I'm going to give this up. I'm going to go after something else, right? That's how I used to live before. But now, as I said, I realize that's not the reason why this has come up. And so now what I would do is I'd reevaluate my path. I'd be like, all right, cool. What am I doing wrong? What research can I do in order to fix this obstacle? And so now I'll just go and do some research. I'll be like, all right, this is all the things I'm doing wrong. I'm not doing the YouTube SEO properly. I should do this. I should do that, right? And I'll fix that. And then hopefully, and usually what happens is my viewership goes up or the path is cleared up again and I can keep on going on and keep on going on it for a long time until another obstacle shows up. And that's life. There's going to be obstacles on your path. There's going to be lots and lots and lots of obstacles on your path. You just have to keep on trudging. You just have to keep on removing them, cutting them, hacking them away little by little, whatever you can at your own capacity and at your own ability, and keep on going. Keep on walking, keep on trudging, keep on dragging or crawling your way to that path, right? Onto that path. And that's what I do with this as well. I have a lot of random obstacles that come up when I'm doing these videos or when I'm writing. A lot of doubt, obviously. A lot of people telling me this is crap or things that are not working properly. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I even wasting my time on this? I could just go back to a 9-to-5 job. It would be so much easier. It would not be much easier. It would be literally soul death and I can't handle it anymore. So I won't do that, obviously. But in my head, all of a sudden, that path seems so much more easier. It's so smooth. I could just, I could just have a nice life. And la 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 la. But I realized what I really need to do is think about the snag, think about the obstacle, fix the obstacle, and keep on going on my path, right? The reason I want to share this with you guys is because I think one of the reasons INFJs are not as successful as we could be is because we let these snags, these obstacles get us down and break us down. And we forget that that's the path we're supposed to be going on. We forget about the project, we forget about our obsession and our interest in it. And we abandon it, and then we kind of had that lull period in our life where we're like, oh, everything sucks and I don't know what I'm doing. And all of a sudden something else interests us and we go on to our new obsession. And again, we go on it for a little bit, we pour ourselves into it, and then again, a snag shows up, an obstacle shows up. Normal, as it is normal to do so, right? It's just normal. Things are going to show up. They're going to prevent you from your path. And instead of removing that obstacle and going on forward, we realize or we think, oh, maybe this is not for me. And we let it dishearten us, let it make us feel terrible, make us feel like this is not the right path for us. And we abandon it again, right? And then we go on to something else eventually, hopefully. Or we just give up everything and we just sit at home watching TV all the time, Netflix or something, and not doing our work, right? Because we think nothing is for us. I don't want you guys to go through that. I've been through that. I know what the path is like over there. It's not fun. It's terrible. It's disheartening. It feels like you're basically dying on the inside. You feel like a zombie. You don't feel like living anymore. And suicide has come up many times in my mind in the past because I felt like there was no point going on. So I get it. I get the path you guys are on. I really want you guys to reconsider this path of abandoning your project as soon as a snag comes up or as an obstacle comes up. If you read the book Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, if you haven't read it, please read it. It's brilliant. The basic essence of it is that the obstacle is the way, which is the fact that any obstacle that comes up in your path is actually showing you the way. The reason it's coming up is because it's actually teaching you something about your path, right? It's actually a good thing. The obstacles are actually a good thing because they're supposed to be teaching you something that perhaps you're doing wrong. For example, and I'm just going to use a YouTube video example again, if the obstacle didn't show up, I wouldn't have switched my mindset. I wouldn't have done research. I wouldn't have changed the way I did SEO. And I wouldn't have gotten to this point right now where I have hundreds and thousands of views, right? Because I didn't change my mind. I wouldn't have changed my mindset. But because the obstacle came up, and because I kept on going through it and learning because of it, because the obstacle is the way, it's the one that shows you the path, I used that obstacle in order to learn more about my path, and I kept on going forth. I kept on going forward, and that's why I'm here right now, right? Instead of being like, I could have been like, well, yeah, cool. I guess it's not for me. You know, I'm not really that good at it. I have no idea what I'm doing really. So yeah, I'm going to give it up. I'm going to find something else to do, which is pretty easy to do, right? You know, it's nice to do that. It's easy to do that. You go for something for a little bit and you get the obstacle and you give up, right? Easy peasy. You don't take into account the fact that it's going to create all this regret and depression and despair inside of you because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? I don't want to do that anymore, and I don't want you guys to do that anymore either, right? So as soon as that obstacle shows up, first of all, read that book if you can. I love Ryan Holiday. He is a god. He's brilliant. The way his mind works. All of his books. I've read all of his books, and I mean all of his Stoicism book, The Daily Stoic, The Obstacle is the Way, and The Ego is the Enemy. All three of those books are brilliant books. I implore you guys to go read them. Ryan Holiday. Holiday as it's spelled holiday. Okay. So yeah, obstacle is the way. The obstacle is there for a reason. It's not there to deter you. It's not there to make you abandon your projects. It's not there to make you feel terrible about yourself. It's there to teach you, right? So use it, learn from it, and go forth on your path. Do not let it abandon your project, please. Because there's a reason you're on this project. There's a reason you're on this path, okay? So you guys can tell I get a little bit enthusiastic about this topic. If you guys have any questions about this topic or any other topics that I've done, please message me anytime. I'm here for you guys. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.